If you want to get more newsletter signups, Facebook ads is one of the best ways to do that, which is why in this video, I'm gonna show you exactly how to get newsletter signups with Facebook ads, so you can easily bring in new newsletter signups predictably without burning through your ad budget, struggling with low conversion rates, or dealing with inconsistent results. So without further ado, let's get right into this. All right, so there's a few things here. So there's overall strategy, there is your subscriber journey, campaign setup, ad creatives, how to optimize your ads to stay profitable, and how to scale your campaigns. So those are the things we're gonna cover. Let's start with the strategy. So here you really wanna think through who are you targeting, what benefit you're giving them, what actual outcome your newsletter is delivering, and what's the mechanism, how it's delivering, how is it unique compared to everybody else if you have competitors, right? And then how are you actually gonna be making money? You don't have to ideally have projections. It's really, I think, about testing and getting the data, but you at least have to have overall strategy and just like have some modeling in place. But it's better just to do it. It's better not to overanalyze it. It's better to get started today, right now, take action. But you want to know at least who you're targeting, what benefit you're providing them, the actual outcome and things like that. So that's very important as a strategy piece, right? And then there's your subscriber journey. So here you have your landing page, your thank you page, and your welcome flow. So the landing page is what happens right after they click on the ad, what they see. So as an example of my newsletter, they see an ad that is a lead magnet, right? And then they see this page. You can test these things, what you have on a landing page, but the reason why it says this, because there's congruency. They see an ad that says you're gonna get 100 plus ad hooks, and the landing page also says that. So they're like, okay, that makes sense. Okay, let me put in an email. So that's why I have 60 or something % conversion rate. If you look at the conversion rate, it's like 52% or something. Cool. So landing page, very important. Thank you page. The function of thank you page is to tell them what to do next. So open your email and basically that's it. You can make it more entertaining. You can put a picture with you, your kids, your family, dogs, cats, whatever you want. And you can also tell them what they expect moving forward. So that's the thank you page. Now the email, the welcome flow email, you want to have a welcome flow email just to reiterate what they're gonna get exactly again, and then you can do whatever your welcome email. Just send them your best articles, give them as much value as you can for free ideally, and you can monetize it as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You want to introduce them to your newsletter, give them as much value up front, and that's, I think, in my opinion, that's the purpose of welcome email. And also prime them to getting the newsletter. So you want to prime them to just show why it's very important to read your newsletter, if your goal is to actually get subscribers that read your newsletter. So I think it's very important to get the goal here as well on the strategy side. It's kind of like the same here, but how you're gonna be monetizing your newsletter, and if it's gonna be just a marketing channel or if it's gonna be a product on its own. So those things will depend a lot. Then moving to the next one, campaign setup. So in campaign setup, it's pretty simple. You can either optimize for leads or sales. If you're selling something right after they subscribe, test optimizing for sales, and you can even test optimizing for a sales objective and see what it's gonna be like if you have some sort of offer right after they subscribe. I think that's useful to test it out and see how the economics pan out. Other than that, if it's just getting subscribers in, you can optimize for leads. And then your event that actually that fires when they subscribe, typically it's subscribe event, but it could be a lead, it could be a registration, it could be whatever you put in there, right? So right now, for example, we have, it's just like leads campaign, right? Leads, and then you have subscribe here, and that's it. So ad creatives, so how to create a high converting ad creative, right? So essentially there's a few types of ad creatives. If I go to ad library, I can show you, and we've studied all the newsletter ads of all the newsletters that run ads. So there's memes, there's video like this, right? Just like text. and there's a real ads. These are feed ads. There's carousel ads, and then there's UGCs. So UGCs, right? You know, a lot of it depends on the type of your newsletter, but there's typically UGCs, Reels ads, can be fun content, can be just like text, can be also like just image with text as well. So you want to test all these different ones, just have some sort of diversity. And like, these are just some examples, like the most common ones, but you also want to innovate. So this is just like text, which is decent, right? But yeah, you want to innovate, and it's really up to you. That's kind of where your edge comes in, and that's where your edge comes in. But it's very important to have the congruency between what is in your ad and what's in your newsletter. And in the ad, you can target people. So you can say, you know, for small business owners. So it's clearly targeting small business owners here. So I'm sure this ad will do well because of that. And you know, it says like basically running out of time. Well, I think this part is the most important one here, and then also what they're gonna get. But I don't know if they've done a good job. I don't think they've done a good job. No, I think this is decent. Yeah, I think this is decent. Focus on what you love to bring on. Yeah, I think this is a decent ad. So you can even copy this one. Memes, I mean, they work, but it's whatever. I think this one is a good ad, but it's also a lot of it depends on your audience. They all kind of work. The most important part is knowing who you're talking to, is knowing what value you're providing, and then everything else will follow, right? So you can test a bunch of different creative styles and see what works best for your audience, but it will depend on what content they're most used to consume, or what content resonates with them the best. So yeah, headline copy, very important for like static images and maybe feed videos. So like these types of stuff, they might be not very important for that. So how do you optimize this to stay profitable? So you obviously want to monitor your metrics. So how much does it cost you to get one subscriber? How many of those subscribers open? What's the actual cost per opener, per engaged subscriber, right? So you're gonna track those. You want to track the conversion to paid. If you have subscription, maybe cost per clicker. It really depends how you monetize your newsletter. So you wanna just like track things that are actually important to your business, and often is how much money you made from that subscriber, from that channel, from that ad. Testing your ad creatives. I don't think that much has to be said here. But you want to test your ad creatives, you want to create variations, you want to test different creative ideas, come up with your ideas, research what content your market consumes, look at not just newsletter ads, but also on other ads, and test those for your newsletter. So like maybe e-commerce or whatever, in your somebody selling a book or somebody selling something else. You can look at those ads, get inspired. It's not just newsletter ads, because I feel like there's not much innovation that's done here. Actually, yeah, this is kind of interesting, right? So like if it's a specific newsletter, with food, you can test these things like this, right? So now let's see. So now you have that's how you optimize. You obviously want to turn off things that don't work and allocate more money to things that do work. And very important to have UTM parameters set up so you can actually track in the backend. Like if you go to Beehive segments, where's the segments here? So like you can check, okay, what's the open rate? What's the click-through rate? What's the paid upgrade rate if you have that from specific ads? So yeah, and then how to scale your campaigns. When should you sell campaigns? So let's say you spend $100 to $300 a day on your newsletter testing, and you see a campaign is doing well, that the cost per subscriber is within your KPI, maybe also it got some sales, and you just want to get more, allocate more spend to it to get more data. So if you also, you can see the backend metrics, the open rate, the click-through rate, it's all looking good. So then you can scale, you can increase the budget. You're spending like $100 a day $100 a day, you can double it and give it, 4 to 7 days. 7 days, can give it 14 days, and get that data back, see how it looks at that scale, and then you can optimize from there. And you can increase the budget by, double it again, or like maybe when you reach like $600 a day, you can increase the budget by 20 to 30%. Yeah, I feel like doubling is better strategy at lower budgets than just like increasing the budget by 10 to 30%. Even if it throws the campaign in the learning, whatever, because you can really test that budget, the level budget, and see how it performs over time for you. So that's kind of the strategy I think that I would just recommend, because it saves you a lot of time. And you can, it's a big change, and gives you better data, or at least more data, and then you can decide if it's if that's something you want to keep at that scale down, or turn off, or scale up. If you got this far in the video, you have everything you need to start running Facebook ads to get more signups for your newsletter. Now, if you want to see another video going over exactly how you can scale your meta ads to over $1,000 per day profitably, go check out this video here. Also, if you want to work with me and my team directly to handle all of this completely done for you to increase your newsletter signups guaranteed, go check out the first link in the description and book a call with me so we can see if we'd be a good fit to work together. And if you found this video valuable, make sure to drop a like and subscribe, and thank you for watching.